Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am indeed Mark Beeching of Digitas, the integrated brand and media agency. And I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of Digitas and our brand content arm, the third act, to this, the New Front 2011. Woo! Now, our intro music this year was, of course, by music legend and social activist Gil Scott-Heron, who died here in New York just a couple of weeks ago. Now, I thought it would be totally inappropriate of us to celebrate here today such a rebellious spirit with a few moments of silence together. So what I'm going to ask you to do is join me in a few moments of riotous noise to show our appreciation for the great man and the inventor of rap. So please, let's make some noise for Gil Scott-Heron. That's it! Woo! Woo! I like this audience! Woo! Okay, now, whether or not the civil rights movement that Scott-Heron rapped about was televised, and of course it was televised, though maybe not all of it live, and regardless of how big the role of TV is or isn't in our industry's own media revolution going on right now, Scott-Heron's lyrics seem to spark for us all the key topics for this year's New Front and our theme of pipe reality. Pipe reality. What do brands and content creators do now that everything is possible? Now that technology has made even our craziest science fiction pipe dreams about motion media a practical reality. Martha Stewart put it well last year on this stage at the New Front when she said her company was really struggling under the burden of so much exciting opportunity. Well, that's what today's all about, is about seizing and shaping some of that exciting opportunity together. Okay, so what are the 3 or 4 key topics that Scott-Heron tees up for us that will help us get there? Well, first of all, that song is a celebration of the power of social networks, of self-organizing, self-mobilizing social networks. And I know that all 200 of you brand owners here today, that's a subject that's very, very much top of mind. So in true New Front fashion, we're going to do our best to tackle that topic first up and head on in its most dramatic current expression. We're going to take a look at freedom media, social networks, as played out on the streets of Cairo. What big pipe reality lessons can us mere marketers learn from events in Egypt, Tunisia, and the developing Arab Spring? Lessons about the media, the powerful media of mass participation. The second topic that Scott-Heron teased up for us is that now that we're all not just mobilized as audiences and consumers, but also mobile, what exactly is playing back home in the family room and around the house? Who's watching? What screen are we watching on? How are we watching now? And we're going to tackle that subject around a kitchen table here up on stage in our discussion called The Modern Family. Topic 3, the revolution will be live. We showcase the power and the exciting possibilities for live brand content in Live Unstaged. And the fourth and final topic that Scott-Heron tees up, well, as I listened a few times to it really is a long provocation about what role should brands play or not play in the media. And as I listened to this, really, it is an inspirational rant against traditional TV advertising. And by the way, we have a digital rant coming to you a little later today from Ashton Kutcher. I know a lot of people are excited by that, myself included. But as I listened to this rant, I started to think to myself, maybe Scott-Heron didn't just invent rap. Maybe this was way ahead of its time, a brilliant example for the New Front of brand integration. I managed to count this reference to at least 10 brands in just the short extract from the song that we played for you. In fact, I'm going to throw a challenge out there. If anyone can name 8 or more of those brands, then find me in the free bar after the show, and I promise to buy all of you a drink. But I'm getting way ahead of myself, and even before the bar opens, we have a lot of fun for you today, and I've yet to welcome newcomers to the new front and to explain a little bit more about what the day's for and how to use it. Now, this is our 4th annual gathering where everyone in this room works together to try to seize and shape as best we can those exciting brand opportunities that Martha Stewart referenced. How do brands and content creators get into bed together now to everyone's satisfaction, beyond interruption advertising and old TV models, and do so at a scale and an influence that is at least as big as mass media used to be? Now, by everyone's satisfaction, I mean you brand owners out here today. Definitely want to keep you happy. Also, the satisfaction of the amazingly talented content creators with us, and thank you so much for coming. But I also mean the satisfaction of another group of people who are even more important than you lot. In fact, a lot more important than you lot. And they are the audiences we're trying to reach, the all-powerful audiences who are increasingly our co-creators, our show promoters, our paymasters, and the distribution channels for our video. So the all-important thing here is to come back to really the original topic that Scott Heron teed up for us. And I hope this is a topic that we're going to come back to again and again during the day, because it really is the key theme for the new pipe reality, and that is audience power. From those Cairo streets and the Arab Spring to all our family rooms and things like social TV, the new pipe reality both demands and fortunately makes possible exciting new ways of working with audiences as very active participants, activist participants even, in deciding what content will fly, what not, which brands will fly, which not. The audience are now the executive producers of everything we do. Now, I don't want to ruin anyone's enjoyment of the show today. Really, I don't. And the new front is first and foremost just about generating some excitement and some energy and some optimism about those new possibilities. And we're going to end the show with a live performance by BC building on the success of Jessie J and her Fandemonium success last year. So we have a great show for you. But every brand owner here today, at some point during the event, is going to have to ask themselves a really, really thorny question. Are you willing to release and unleash your brand into this new reality and not just police your brand? Are you willing to give up a fair degree of control over both media and message to partner not just with content creators and their interests, but with audiences and their interests? Let me put it for you really crudely. If social media and citizen journalism can bring down Mubarak, think what they can do to your marketing or for your marketing, your brand, if we can only let ourselves join and find ways of joining the audience revolution that's already going on. And that's the theme for today, riding the pipe reality of exciting new opportunities for brand content in an age of empowered and even activist audiences. Okay, now I'm beginning to rant, so we'll move on swiftly. A lot of people work very, very hard to make the new front happen. I want to single out Stephanie Sorofian and John McCarris in particular praise. This wouldn't happen without them. And a lot of what they do is work really, really hard to stop this event becoming, frankly, yet another conference. This is the event where we try our best to do change, not just talk about it, to make new stuff happen here today, to hatch new brand content ideas, to kick off new live content projects here in this room today. So newcomers to the new front, please use it as part marketplace, part collaboration space, content workshop, not just a talking shop. Now, to that end, I'm probably the nearest thing you're going to see to a slimy middleman and salesman up here on the stage today. And instead, what we have for you is lots of artists and incredibly talented content creators who are going to be sharing with you their passions, their content ideas, their live projects, opportunities for you to collaborate. And the other real hero of this day are the amazing big screen, little screen show reels the Third Act has curated of some outstanding original digital content that just screams out to be partnered by brands. So please, brands, meet content today. And those of you who are coming back to the New Front, you will find even more areas around the venue here designed to allow you to carry on in person with those talents and content creators some of the conversations that are started up here on stage. These include our mobile screening rooms out front and the parking lot at the back. And Digitas will actually be leading over 50 work sessions between brands and what this year really is an amazing array of very diverse talent that we've been lucky enough to assemble for you. So I've almost done, and the show can begin. Just left for me to have the very privileged task of introducing our first two guests. They are certainly no middlemen. They are both very active players in the front line of this new pipe reality and how news gets gathered and shared and disseminated, made in this age of personal and real-time social media, including citizen video. It's 40 years almost to the day that Scott Heron's song was released. And you know what? Revolutions are still being televised. But how much of that coverage first starts on YouTube and appears on YouTube later, or on citizens' blogs, or on their mobile phones? And in all likelihood, the world, including the press, has read about many of the facts on WikiLeaks first.